What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So there's an old expression, and the expression goes, "To whom much is given, much is expected." Okay, at least that's how it used to be. When you get all the praise when things are going good, you have to be the person that takes a lot of responsibility and blame when things aren't going well. Now we already know there's one particular player in the NBA who this rule, this coveted rule of sports, this coveted rule of life somehow doesn't apply to him. Okay, we know that. He's the aberration. Even, you know, Isaiah Thomas and Bird and Jordan and Magic got some blame. Some when things weren't going right. But I'd be damned if an unproven third year player is going to have that goddamn protection. Now, on this motherfucking channel, look, coming into this season, who by the sports narrative out there, Fox Sports and ESPN, major sports outlets, right? Who's the main guy that you heard is the odds on favorite to win the MVP, right? Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic, because they played the Thug Clippers to a damn near standstill, going 6 games, right? I think it was. Hit that game winner. Everybody just got on the Luka Doncic bandwagon. Now, this is what pisses me off about, living in this country with the realities we have when it comes to a lot of shit. Now, rightfully so, James Harden has been pilloried by everybody, including myself, for coming in this season out of shape. Okay? But this is the thing that bothers me. Luka Doncic also came into this season out of shape. What makes Luka more egregious, in my opinion, is at the very least makes it more egregious. Number one, Harden is older. The older you get, the harder it is to stay at a certain weight or in playing shape. It just gets harder. Your body fills out. Your testosterone levels level off. If you don't stay at it, you harder. It gets easier to get out of shape. Secondly, at least James Harden still is averaging 39 points per game this season. Last time I saw, shooting 56% from the floor, 50% from three. So he's doing it. I mean, at least he's productive. Luka is only 21 fucking years old. You have no business coming into the NBA, 20, 25 pounds overweight. And my God, you're not exactly a speedster anyway. Contrary to popular opinion, you're not a really good defensive player, and you're slow. Now you're extremely slow. Not to mention that your team just lost by 20 to the Charlotte Hornets. You went 0 for 5 from three-point range, 4 of 10 overall. You're obviously not the same player that we've been accustomed to seeing the last couple of years. You're shooting 9% from three this season. Yes, you heard that correctly. He's shooting 9% from three. He's only 2 of 21 from three-point range. And he obviously is not in a condition to even really play at the level that we're accustomed to seeing. That's the thing that's really disgraceful. He can't even play at a sustained pace. He gets tuckered out. Third year guy, 21 years old. But this is the guy that supposedly is the odds-on favorite to win the MVP, all this hype and all this bullshit, Luka mania. His team is 1-3. Now look, there's a lot of players out there that aren't playing very well. Their teams aren't doing well, and the criticism that has been put upon them is very warranted. Okay, but Luka, it's like people don't in the media. I don't know. It's like he escapes wrath for some reason. I don't know what it is. You look at Fox Sports, you look at First Take. It's like these guys. I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. Well, I know what it is, but it's an unfair advantage that he has. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Uh-uh. The way that people going on Giannis Antetokounmpo, on television, or the way they were going in on, say, mm, Kyrie Irving the last couple of years. One thing that you can't say about those two guys I just mentioned, you can't criticize for the most part their level of play. Irving's a perimeter guy, so he's going to be a little inconsistent with like accuracy at times, but his overall play has always been stellar for the most part. Giannis, you could criticize some of his decision making in between in certain situations of games, but you can't criticize his productivity. I think the guy had the highest ever PR rating in a season ever. Okay, so you can't criticize Giannis's production. Luka's not even playing at an all-star level to me right now. Or if it is, it's just barely. This is a guy that supposedly is not only a superstar, but an MVP caliber guy. Is it the same guy that people had number 4 in their listings? That only LeBron, AD, and Giannis were better? They're saying this guy's better than Kevin Durant. I've been proven correct about that, right? Okay, that supposedly they said that Kevin Durant, this guy's better than Kevin Durant, better than Kawhi Leonard. But you got a lot of people out there who are younger, unfortunately, and they don't know a goddamn thing about sports. You got a person out there right now. I was gonna do a video about it, but I changed my mind. There was a person out there that had a list of the greatest small forwards in history, and they had Paul George as a top, I think, 15 all-time small forward. Do you think I take that shit seriously? It's not even enough for me to take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? These people know nothing about the small forwards of the past. They don't know anything about Elgin Baylor. They don't know anything about Jamal Wilkes. They don't know anything about Marquise Johnson. They don't know a goddamn thing about Rick Barry. They don't know anything about, Adrian Dantley or Alex English or James Worthy or Kiki Vandeweghe, you know, Mark Aguirre. They don't know anything about these players. So, say la vie. But back to Luka Doncic, though. Luka Doncic has to get into shape. I expect for a player that gets so much praise as he does, for him to come back, and play at the level that he was playing at. Because I think if he doesn't get into better basketball shape, the risk of injury goes up with him. Already, considering that he already has a little bit more wear and tear than the average 21-year-old, he's not going to have a LeBron James like career anyway. This is a guy that probably will be a shell of himself by the time he's in his 30s, if he plays that long. You know what I'm saying? Only reason why I stretch it that long is because of the lack of uh, physicality in the NBA right now. But yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, look, people criticize Kawhi. I did. People criticize a lot of these guys. Paul George. You know what I'm saying? Russell Westbrook's not playing well at all. The team sucks. The criticism that he's getting is deserved. Luka Doncic needs to play better. Okay, So um, that's all I got to say. Tell me what you guys think.